Hello. In a previous vlog entry, I spoke about the 4 core enablers of xTech programs and companies. The AI and ML components as essential to achieving the level of insight that's required. The scalability of the program, the ability to achieve both user scale as well as scale of user data. The third element was the infrastructure. And the fourth was the user experience, the UX. In this entry, I'd like to dig into one of these more in depth. As a seasoned analytics professional, it's most intuitive and easiest for me to start with the ML and AI components. These are ones that are more quantitative in nature. I can look at metrics such as the reliability, the accuracy of the algorithms and the models, their performance, their scalability. I can look at how explainable they are. We can look at the data assets that are serving as inputs. We can look at the results of the outputs. But I won't start with the AI and ML analytical components. I'm going to start with the one that is hardest for me to grasp, to understand, and to explain. The user experience. I'll have to start with defining the metrics, the criteria for evaluation of services and products within this core enabler theme.
What are the assessment metrics we use to evaluate the user experience of xTech products and services? They fall into 4 general categories: the expectations, ease of use, insight and personalization, as well as trust and comfort. To measure expectations, we ask, are the outcomes clear at the start and throughout? Am I aware of my progress and time remaining? Does it deliver on the stated objective? Would I rave about it to others? To measure ease of use, we ask, can I complete the tasks when, where, and how I wish? Can I complete the task in the smallest number of steps that I would expect? Can I start and stop if I need to? And are things intuitive, or do I feel lost? To measure insight and personalization, we see whether it knows who I am and it knows information about me. Does it adapt to me in any way? Does it offer personally useful insights? Finally, trust and comfort. Do I feel comfortable with the information exchange? Am I given sufficient reason to trust in the parties involved? It's not about an overly complex rating system that generates a number. Given the metrics we use, we can easily see where things stand across categories using visual indicators that are simple and easy to grasp. UX is a skill set. This exercise is not intended to train one to be a UX professional, but rather to allow managers to appreciate the importance of UX, to integrate it into their strategies and planning, and to critically assess how well this has been done by their teams and experts using an intuitive toolkit and array of criteria. I've selected a few examples of products to illustrate the thinking about UX and to bring the metrics to life using a heuristic approach. This is not an in-depth analysis of the products, certainly not across the other xTech core enabling dimensions. That said, UX does touch on the others, the analytical portions, the data, the performance, but I'm assessing these in the context of the overall experience. Let's start with a home insurance product by Lemonade. We've laid out the assessment categories, and we start to use the application. From the get-go, it seems intuitive, it seems pleasant and easy to use. The promise up front was insurance in a matter of seconds, so let's see. Now I'm typing in my address, and the performance here is good, the response is positive, and very quickly I'm able to see on a map a visual verification that indeed this is the right one. Maya proceeds to ask additional questions. They seem relevant. The problem is, could they not have achieved some level of insight and personalization by perhaps connecting my name and other parameters to an account? Anyhow, let's continue. Different questions are being asked, and now I can get into more specifics. I still don't know who's behind Lemonade, who Lemonade is, and whether I can trust them. So that is raising a bit of a red flag for me. Once again, birthday. Could they not have received that information by connecting to a social account or even a banking account? not really a matter of seconds, so the expectation that was set seemed a bit aggressive. It's good to see that they're going through an array of checks and now ready to show a price. Overall, very fast. It's nice to see the visual display of the coverage highlights and the coverage amounts. I don't have to dig through a document with font 4. I can change my coverage amounts in real time here, and I can see that the amount itself, the premium, changes too. Very nice. No need to go back to the underwriter. I can add additional things such as my bike. And some electronics, my cameras. Very nice so far. Ease of use extremely high. Expectations have been met thus far. I can even add additional parties if I need to. I see a landlord as well as a spouse option. It's nice to see what's covered. Very clear. But also clearly stated what's not covered. No fine print so far. So, while not a few seconds, there is an option below to pay. I can now proceed, decide when I want it to start, and within a matter of minutes in this case, pay with a card or Apple Pay. Nicely done. But there is one more aspect. I still don't know who's behind this. When I click on the terms and conditions, a 41-page PDF document appears to pop up. I've gone through it. I still can't understand who Lemonade is. Are they backed by another company, a financial company? I don't know. So the trust and confidence is still an issue.
Let's evaluate the UX of a consumer shopper marketing product called PayMe. PayMe's value proposition is quite straightforward. Register your debit and credit cards via the app and earn additional cash back simply by doing what you do today, shopping. Let's see how this works in practice. We've laid out our assessment criteria, and now we can register via the app. The first thing we see is an array of trusted financial institutions. This is good. Now, the expectations are high. Additional cash back without having to do anything special. That is, except register. And they're trying here very nicely to walk me through the process. The challenge that I see already is that there's a lot of information, critical information, such as which bank accounts, credit or debit cards I can use, but it's heavily packed. Critical information about information that CIBC or any bank sends to PayMe. These are all things that I need to know. Opportunities for rescinding my participation. How long it takes to access money via my PayMe account. And overall, how I need to behave to maximize my earnings. Now, I'm still going through the actual registration process. The trust and comfort are there. The expectations remain solid. The ease of use, though, is an area for further investment by the company. I see a success message and an indication of a last step. All right, it appears that I'm in. Here's some of the offers for me. This is where things really are critical. This only works if the offers are relevant to my interests. This is why the insight and personalization aspects are so critical. 2 areas of focus for the company: ease of use, to streamline the ability to access the app, to register, and to ensure that the insight is really relevant. Make the deals relevant to the individual and not just mass deals for an audience that the retailers wish to target.